Hey everybody, it's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I want to, talk with you about a conversation that keeps coming up, and it's really a question that keeps coming up, and in regards to Myrtle Beach real estate or real estate even in the Carolinas, South and North Carolina, people are asking, "Hey, are prices starting to fall?" And I just want to give you a real quick answer: No. They are not starting to fall. There's no indication that actually properties have started to decline in price points. A lot of this comes up when I'm talking to property owners, and maybe they're calling me to see, if now's a good time to sell. And I just noticed that so many people have this perception that the prices are down, that the prices have fallen, and they just need to wait for prices to go back up before they consider selling. But when I do an analysis, there's very rare, it could be a very rare case where I would ever actually do an analysis on a property or on a specific segment of a market and see that prices have fallen. There might be one or two condo buildings where that's the case, but for the most part, it's just not happening. So, the question, are prices starting to fall? The answer is no, they're not. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but the fact that interest rates are starting to decline, it doesn't seem like, that there's a likelihood that prices are going to fall anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I've looked at projections of different, banking institutions, financial institutions, big real estate corporations, and everybody says that they are projecting that there will be appreciation in the next 12 months, just like there was in the last 12 months. So I just want to kind of make sure that we all understand, what's going on in the marketplace. Now, a little bit more specific to what's really happening in Myrtle Beach real estate right now is, now that the interest rates did decrease a little bit, it's actually stimulated some activity. In the last 2 weeks, we've had a bump in sales. Buyers are starting to get active again. They're starting to kind of get active, and buyer activity really equates to demand, and it means more showings on listings. And the more demand, the more showings, the more offers, the faster things sell, and sellers are being able to hold pretty firm on their prices. So the good thing is buyers are starting to get active again. That's definitely something that we're seeing. The other thing that I would say is, we're now talking to more buyers because of our marketing efforts. There was a point where we would invest some money in marketing, whether it be online or print advertising, and we just didn't get a lot of activity. Or maybe we would do an open house and we just didn't get many people to the open house. We're starting to see all of that change. We do marketing, say we take a listing and we start marketing that listing. We're seeing more calls, more emails, more questions. That's a good early indicator that something positive is probably going to happen in the market, that activity is going to continue to grow. Again, I don't have a crystal ball, but what I can tell you is, when we're marketing our properties, we're getting a lot more activity than we were in the past. The other thing that I can say is that interest rates have dropped. Now, I actually think they're going to drop more. And a lot of people think they're going to drop more, but we've kind of heard that before. So, I never make the statement that they're definitely going to do that. But we've already had buyers locking into interest rates under 6%, getting into 5.8, 5.7, 5.9%. So that's pretty strong, considering that just about a year and a half ago, they were all the way up, hitting the 8% mark. So there's been quite a bit of movement there, and that's making real estate way more affordable. Right now, just in the past couple of weeks, as interest rates started to fall, the affordability, or the amount of money that it costs to buy a property when you factor in interest rates, basically for the buyers, it's almost 10% cheaper to actually buy a property right now than it was before. Now, that has nothing to do with the sales price. That has to do with the interest rate being lower and how much they have to pay interest over the time of that they own the property. Really, it's about 10%. Payments are about 10% less than they were before. In many cases, I've seen people right now buy the same price, same property, and their payments are $300 less than it would have been just 2 or 3 months ago. So all of that helps. That's affordability. As a matter of fact, interest rates have dropped enough that I'm starting to hear existing property owners that are not thinking about selling talking about refinancing. Now, some of you might say, oh gosh, it's too early. And it may be too early to refinance. All I'm reporting to you is people are talking about it. It's starting to get back on people's radar, which tells me there's optimism, there's hope, which tells me we probably have some good markets ahead of us. Okay. Now, from a number standpoint, average sales price is up almost 3%. So that's how I know prices aren't dropping. I just went into the MLS, looked at the last 12 months, and it's up 3%, right at 3%. The average listed sales price, sellers are still getting around 98% of their asking price. So they're not having to negotiate that much. There's about 4.3 months of supply. That's up a little bit. Yes, inventory did rise a little bit because we had a little bit of a slowdown. Now it's starting to pick back up and we're starting to see more activity and more deals. Pendings are starting to increase again. The days on market right now was around 90. Now it's at 115 days on market. So immediate fast sales are not taking place as frequently. We're not seeing properties go on the market and sell like in 1 week. It is taking a little bit longer. One of the areas that's dragging the days on the market down or increasing the days that it takes to sell a property is the condo market. That condo market in some buildings, there are 40 units available. There's only a few buildings that's the case. But in those buildings, they're starting to see 9 months, days on the market. And so if you start building those into the averages, that's probably having more influence as to why the overall market is 115 right now. But the good news is it only takes 7 showings to sell a property, to get a property under contract. So when we're marketing a property, I'm monitoring how many showings are we getting, because I know it takes 7 showings before we're going to get an offer. So my goal is to push my marketing efforts to help create that demand to get those showings. So again, in the end, are prices falling? Nope, that's not what the data says. Hey, if you are thinking of selling anytime in the next 6 months, please reach out to me and just let me do an analysis of your property. Whether you hire me, don't hire me, at least give me a shot to do an evaluation of your property, give you an idea of what it'll sell for, how long it'll take, how much you can net in your pocket when it's all said and done, what I'm going to do from a marketing standpoint. Let's just have a chat. There's my telephone number on the screen. I'm Greg Harrelson. You see my number. 843-457-7816. I'd love to earn your business. Hopefully these updates are helpful. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.